Welcome to the Hot and Healthy Show, conversations that change the way women work and live. I'm your host, Nicole van Hattem, holistic coach, TEDx speaker and best-selling author, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Amy, who is the creator, chef and owner of Cherry Bomb Cakes. Cakes that just happen to be gluten-free. And as a small business owner, single mum and outdoor adventure seeker, she has a success story just waiting to be shared. Our topic today is more than just a pretty cake. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Nicole. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to bring you. I met Amy, this energy bomb, at a small business networking event in my local community. And when I heard her story, I was like, I don't know when and how, but I've got to share this woman's business story. You weren't in a particularly good space at that time. You were just going through the startup and there was lots going on in life. But what's come out of it, I knew you had something special. And I knew that this is going to be really big. So Coles, Woolworths, IGA, I hope you're going to get your little paws on this because everyone's going to want them. So welcome to the show. The first thing I want to ask you is, how did you come up with the name with Cherry Bomb? Mm-hmm. Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb. Well, I grew up listening to John Mellencamp as a kid. And that song, Cherry Bomb, was my favourite song and still is.
Wow.
So that's where it all came from.
This is John Cougar Mellencamp.
I knew him as John Cougar, yes.
He's still around?
That's showing my age.
You're not showing your age. Look at
yes, he's still around. He's still making records. He's still there.
Hey, John Cougar Mellencamp. Would you like to invest in a cake business that just happens to be gluten-free and is going to dominate the bake from frozen market in Australia? Just putting that out there.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great to meet him?
Hashtag.
Hashtag John Mellencamp.
So you grew up listening to him, and then how did the name, like what grabbed you about the name? How does that align with what you will do?
Everything I do has to be a reflection of me. And I love music. It's always been a huge part of my life. I'm not a particularly frou-frou, pastel-y type of girl, like my rock and roll, and I wanted my business to reflect that.
Awesome. So it started off as a cupcake concept.
Originally in London, when that whole cupcake phenomenon came about, I wanted to do something different.
A bit rock and roll cupcakes.
Exactly.
Oh, we have to show the brand. The packaging's great. Hope you can see that. So that is a little bit rock and roll. It's a little bit, vampire Halloween. It's a bit goth.
It is just a little bit different,
I like them. You could call them rock cakes, couldn't you?
Probably. Well, they're quite a bit more moist and light than rocks.
Great. So you were chefing in London?
I was a restaurant manager in London.
Right.
But I started out as a chef.
Okay. And so how many years ago was this? Where did the concept come from?
With Cherry Bomb Cakes? Cherry Bomb Cakes has been a dream since I was 12. I've always wanted to be a chef since I was 12 years old, and I started my apprenticeship here. It allowed me to travel, and essentially when I knew that I could do things as well or better than people out there, I decided to create my own business and brand.
Great. And how long have you been in business now?
This business has been based in Australia, has been running for 3 years.
Great. And so what are some of the major challenges you've faced as the first 3 years in business?
Juggling kids.
Literally juggling kids.
Literally, I think having a lot of balls in the air and trying to find ways to still be a mother, because that is and will be the most important thing in my life while they're still as young as they are. And then trying to grow a business and get your message out to people of where to find you and why you came about.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a single mum and you have 2 daughters.
I do.
What do they think of mum's cherry bombs?
They are my best food critics or worst food critics. Basically, if it doesn't pass muster with them, then it doesn't get sold. So they love being a part of it, and they are at me, come to work with me and things like that, because that's just 6 o'clock starts.
Wow.
They're with me, so they're very understanding and very supportive.
Marvellous. And so one of the challenges is, how do you get your message out to the world that you have this amazing product? The other one is juggling the multiple hats, all the, I'm a mum, I'm a business owner, I'm a marketer, I'm a salesperson. And in your case, you're also delivering the product directly to the cafes that want them. That's amazing.
I think it's keeping in touch with the people that you are selling to and getting direct feedback from them. And that's how you create a rapport. And it allows you to find out what their needs are in order to service their customers.
I like that you're getting that direct feedback, which means if there's something they're not happy with, then you can quickly adapt and change and address that issue. And if it's something they're loving, you can enhance it.
Exactly.
So what are some of the successes in the last 3 years?
I think starting out with maybe 1 or 2 coffee shops, and now I probably sell around 300 cakes a week.
Wow.
Just by myself.
She's amazing. She's the bomb.
So that's I think
really
that's what it's about, is there are 300 people a week enjoying my cakes and growing.
301, because I'm going to enjoy that one this week. So why gluten-free? How did that come about?
That was the demand. It seems like while gluten-free's been around forever, it was considered a trend until people realised and understood that, this is something harmful to a lot of people. So when that demand was there, I decided to accept the challenge and create a cake that doesn't taste gluten-free. It's a cake that just happens to be gluten-free.
I know, and that's how you pitched it, that first event where I met you. You stood up and you said, I make these amazing cherry bomb cakes, and there was a sample there, which of course I grabbed. And they just happen to be gluten-free. And I'm glad you said they just happen to be gluten-free, because in my mind the association with gluten-free cake was something I wouldn't choose unless I was sick and I had to avoid gluten-free.
And why should
And
people be
yours.
subject to that just because they have no choice but to be gluten-free?
Right. And your cakes are really the bomb. They're absolutely mouth-watering. Really want to eat that. So what makes so you've got the cherry bomb cake cupcakes, which are the gluten-free.
Yes.
Do you only have gluten-free?
Yes, because that's how you have to maintain the integrity of gluten-free. Moving into different sectors like raw cakes, because again, there's a demand. So,
did that demand come from talking directly with the people that were ordering from you, so the cafes, and they were like, do you have any raw food?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the first one in your raw range?
It will be a blueberry coconut cake. Sandwich, I think. It's a work in progress.
Okay, it's evolving.
It's evolving because it's only new, and I don't rush things. I like to have things perfect. But my girls love it.
I know that you've got your girls that are your designated taste testers, but I'm very happy to help out. And particularly since I was a raw food chef as well, I'd love to try that. I'm sure it's going to be divine. Talk us through your bake from frozen range, because that's different to the ones that go to the cafes.
Yes. The ones that go to the cafes are freshly baked. The bake from frozen range is essentially 3 easy steps. It is from your freezer to a preheated oven to your plate in around 30 minutes. They are super versatile. You can keep it simple and just utilise the kit for what it is. Or I've showcased on my Instagram page, basically you can create loaf cakes, you can create large celebration cakes, you can put them in mason jars. You're only limited by your imagination.
And you've got all those ideas on Pinterest and your Facebook page as well, so if they want some tips and tricks. And so, but that has been around, that already exists, doesn't it, the bake from frozen idea?
Commercially, to a certain extent, when it comes to things like pastries, but not in the domestic environment. There is nothing, especially not gluten-free, that exists for people to have something freshly baked. It's not a reheat and thaw. It's not, something that's already baked for you. This is something that you can create your own version of.
Oh, I like that idea. So what keeps you up at night?
Work. Cake.
Figuring this all out.
Basically, I go to sleep thinking about new flavours. Every now and again, I will find myself up at 2 o'clock in the morning in the kitchen.
Because you've got an idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
People say write things down, but I just tend to get up and do it.
Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, I've been known to wake my girls up at 7:30 at night because I need them to do something.
Oh, really?
They love it. They don't mind because they're not really asleep. So, yeah, I'm all consumed because it's what I love doing. So it's not really work.
So I would say that spotting trends is one of your strengths. Hard work and creativity. You're not afraid to ask for what you want and what you need.
Well, you'll only get no if you don't ask.
Absolutely. Very positive, lots of energy. You definitely have a strong why and a strong passion. It's gone back all the way till you were 12.
Yes.
And you have a great concept. So I can't see any reason for you not to be anything else but on the shelves in Coles and IGA and Woolworths and in my freezer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So what would be one thing you would want to leave the audience with in terms of your brand and you as a businesswoman? What would you like to leave with them?
I think at the end of the day, creating a brand is about people trusting you. And when you're in a new business, a small business, an independent business, that's the hardest part. And really, all I'm doing is asking people to give it a shot. You just don't know how amazing this product is and how much it can help you until you try it. And there's no harm in trying.
Absolutely, it's really, really good. Are there any particular cafes in the local area that you'd like to give a shout out to that have been very supportive?
Simon's Gourmet.
Simon's Gourmet?
Foundry, Artisan Coffee at Indooroopilly, and Sage and Anne. They've been some of the longest running places with me. So
fantastic. So thank you for supporting small business, you guys. You've got a great shout out. Yay. And thank you for saying yes to being a guest on the Hot and Healthy Show.
Thank you for inviting me. It's amazing.
I can't wait to get my hands on cherry bomb cakes. And if you want more information, where can people connect with you? What's the best place?
I have got my website, or I'm pretty active on Instagram. It does filter through to Facebook, but my website in the About Us section has a contact page, so feel free to email me there.
Awesome. And we'll also put that here with the notes on the video as well. So thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I'm going to go because I want to eat these. They're awesome. They're tempting me over there. Look at that. That looks perfect. Is this from the
This is baked from frozen, yes.
Baked to frozen.
Baked to frozen.
Frozen to baked. Yummo. Oh, wow. I love my job.
So do I.
I love your job. That's good.
It's more than just a pretty cake. You know, it's not about creating anything other than showcasing that you can have something that tastes amazing, but doesn't need to have pink frou-frou icing on it to attract attention.
Right.
I do a raspberry and rosewater cake. Yes, the icing is bright pink, but it's made from raspberries. It's not a food colouring.
Beautiful.
It is what it is. And that is what I'm trying to do, is take away from the fact that, yes, I mean, there are some amazing cake decorators out there and everybody needs an amazing cake decorator in their life. But I'm creating cakes that people can eat on a regular basis.
Right.
That
I like
they're
that.
not intimidated because they see this big cake or these amazing cupcakes with these coloured icings. They can literally just do whatever their heart desires with them, and they can keep it simple. And you can bake one cake. Who know, if it's just you, or if you've got your family, you can bake as many as you like. And like you were saying, you're chocolatey and I'm citrusy. If you've got 2 different flavour cakes in your freezer, you can do chocolate and you can do orange, and it doesn't take you any more time.
Oh my God, I'm so ordering some. Because I don't like spending my life in the kitchen. I seriously get in there, do my thing, make great food, and get out and go drink wine. But you've been in this for 3 years now, and you're just beginning, and the potential is massive.
And that's the thing is, like, I was asked a question the other day of why haven't you grown your business more than it is? And my concept is, well, my kids come first. The business will always grow. It will always have the potential to be more. But my girls have just started being independent enough to do their own dinner, their own hair, make their beds, fold their washing. You know, they're now old enough to do all those things, which I can take a step back.
Do this live one day, like get a whole audience in.
Or we should just get you turning an oven on and baking cakes.
No, that'd be great.
Show everyone how easy it is.
I always say to people, get in the kitchen, make great food as fast as possible. Get the hell out and go drink wine.
I think at the end of the day, food brings everyone together. But ultimately, all you want to do is spend time with the people you're feeding. So why not make it easier?
Oh, my God.
What do you think?
I'll just have another one because I'm not sure that I can.
Can you tell there's chickpeas in that?
What? No way. If you like this episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button and go and check out all our other videos. I'll see you in the next one.